Hi, welcome to Dragon's Cave. Um, I've been asked to make this by a friend. I'm using some holographic glitters. I don't know how well the colours show up here. Um, Maybe. Okay, I'm going to use the goldy colour one in the at the end of the tail and in the legs. And then I'm going to use the green for the body and see how it looks. Okay. Hopefully this will stick quite well to the mould. It's an absolute nightmare to actually get off the mould, so it should be okay. You can probably see I've got some leftover stuck to the outside. Did my best to get it clean, but given that I'm actually using a similar colour this time, it shouldn't be too bad. Just not sure that a brush is actually the best way to do this. I think at the moment I'm ending up with more on the mat than I am in the mould, but feel free to click on the cog in that corner up there and double the speed. I really need to do something about my setup out here because I'm actually standing over my desk and it's not doing my back any favours at all. Also, I'm really hoping that this microphone is doing its job, keeping out some of the background noise. At least there's a delivery van outside. Not coming here. My Temu parcels don't need a van that big. My husband would probably disagree with that. Nearly there with this colour. Been quite busy the last couple of weeks. Been did 2 craft fairs last week, and I've got another one coming up at the end of this week. Really hoping the next one goes better than the last 2 did, but they weren't too bad. But the one that's coming up on Saturday is actually more of an established one with a lot more stalls, so I've never done this one before. It's my first time. And the difficulty is, of course, that I don't much care for doing craft fairs, but I need to fund my hobby somehow. Let's pop that over there. Okay, use a slightly bigger brush for this one. How well you can see that colour. It's very, very pretty holographic green. I don't have the patience or the hand steadiness to be able to actually colour in the indents in the mould. I actually prefer to paint them afterwards. I think the last time I did this mould, I tried using like an eyeshadow sponge brush, and that didn't really work too well either. I'll be putting black resin behind this, and it should hopefully come out quite nicely. Probably going to have to order some more of these nail powders. I've had these ages. I think I originally got them from Wish. Don't really use Wish too much anymore, because although the products are similar prices and similar quality to Temu, I find by the time you add it on the postage charges, which obviously Temu don't charge, then they do end up being quite a bit pricier sometimes. And for some reason, Wish deliveries to Spain take a lot longer than Temu. I think the last time I ordered from Wish, it took 6 weeks for everything to arrive, whereas Temu is usually under 2 weeks. I've only once had the delivery delayed enough that they gave me the £5 or €5 rather refund. And in all fairness, that was the delivery was stuck with the courier for about 2 weeks. Don't know what they did with it, but they seemed to mislay it along the way somewhere, and then they found it again. Okay, so that's that. I need to go and mix some resin, and I'll see you later. Okay, we're back. Got my resin mixed up. Unfortunately, I didn't really warm it enough, and it's a little bit cloudy, but since this is going to be black, it doesn't really matter too much. This is the only black mica I've got at the moment. I am waiting for delivery of black pigment paste, so see what a difference that makes. I've never used pigment paste before. Doing a lot of new things today. Yeah, let's pop some of that in. Okay. This really isn't what I'd call a true black. It's more it's more of a sparkly charcoal grey, really, but it does the job for backing the chameleon powders and the pigment pastes. And I don't actually know why I've done it this way, because normally I actually mix the powder with a little bit of alcohol. You get less lumps with it that way. It does mix better, and of course, because there's alcohol in there, it does help disperse the bubbles as well. But it's okay, we'll get there. I think that's mixed in now. I can't see any lumps in there. Just give it a quick spray with some alcohol. This is 96%. If I'm not using, if I don't paint the molds, I do like to give the molds themselves a quick spray with alcohol to help avoid trapped bubbles. But I'm not too keen on doing that when I've painted the moulds, because I kind of think it's going to spoil. Oops. I'm never sure whether it's actually going to wash the powders off the moulds. I'm really clumsy today. Well, to be fair, that's nothing new. I've made up way more resin than I need. So I'm going to have to find something else. I've always got moulds on standby. I'm sure I've said that before. Always got a few lying around. I like these little micro brushes. I don't know if you can see, but I've taken a little fluffy bit off the end. So just get into the ends there. Make sure there's no little bubbles trapped. Try and do it as carefully as possible so I don't dislodge the glitter that I painted the mould with. Just need to make sure that I've gone right down into the toes. Okay. Not sure if you can see all the little bubbles popping on the surface. I'm going to give that a little spray, but I need to be careful because moved my table and I thought it was level, but very obviously isn't. Pop something under this edge. Let's try that. Don't want to break the surface tension and end up with resin flowing everywhere. What else? There we go. Only a very tiny bit off balance, so if I slip this, I keep bits of cardboard everywhere so that I can do this kind of thing. Just needs a little more here. Nope. Okay, pop a little more in the tail. Okay, that was a little more than a little more, but I think we're about there. Okay, it seems to be about as close as we're going to get. I'll go off and fill up another mould and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, we're back. Just going to get this demolded and hope for the best. I know, although it's 24 hours, I do know, because it's thin, that the feet on the tail are still going to be a little bit on the soft side, but I found that they do set up better if they're out of the mould. Bendy. There he is. I think he's absolutely gorgeous. I actually managed to avoid bubbles. Feels like there's a little one there. But what I'm going to do now is all the raised bits. I'm going to use this, turn it that way so you can see it, Eddings gold pen, just to do the raised detail. Got a few other gold, silver. I actually find this one is the brightest and best gold. not going to subject you to the next 20 minutes or so of doing this, so just do a few little bits and then I'll add some photos at the end. Hope you enjoyed, and see you very soon for the next one. Bye.